Carver and Cuthbert with you. Go Sports Radio. Live from Borrelli's Taproom in Long Beach. On the island. On a Wednesday, baby. First Wednesday in the month of August. As the summer's just back. It certainly. It's an air-conditioned doors closed, but the front door open Wednesday here for us with a lot going on. Of course, we are off the trade deadline in Major League Baseball. Tons of stuff to talk about with the Yanks, what they did do, what they didn't do, what they did after to put the pitchforks down from the crowd, and a debut, unbelievable debut, by one of the things that they did, which of course was George Lombard Jr. We will discuss that. This will be the last time we say the word Mets for the rest of the year. Really nothing else. So we move on from there after that. So lots of baseball. Where does everybody sit? Scooble to the Dodgers. I mean, are you kidding me? Even though the Cubs beat them last night. Other things that happened with the trade deadline and where we sit now in the stretch run, dog days of August. There we have NFL training camps. The Hall of Fame game tomorrow night. Panthers and Cardinals. Get excited. Carson Beck starting for the Cardinals tomorrow night in Canton. Everybody can't wait for that. And college football around the corner as well. Several other things to accomplish, too, as we move along. Mike Carver along with Paul Cuthbert. Hi, Paul. How you doing?
Good afternoon, Michael. Happy Wednesday. Welcome to Borrelli's, everybody. It's good to be back. It's
great to be here.
It's been another week. Sometimes it's long. I missed you, pal.
I missed you too. It has been a week. Let me tell you, man. This place, by the way, I was in the area on Saturday night.
No way.
Couldn't even. I mean, this place was mobbed out the door. Couldn't even get in here.
Same thing on Friday night too.
Couldn't even get in here. Mobbed on Saturday night. So everybody come down to Borrelli's and hang out. You can come down during the day when we're here. You know,
$12 sandwich special.
Get a Miller Lite.
Free Miller Lite draft.
Go for Miller Lite draft. Whatever you want to do to get your day rolling here. This is my kind of beach day. Like the sun's not completely out. I know there won't be a lot of people down there. I can go down there and just not. I hate crowds.
Toes in the sand.
I can't stand it. For all of us. All right, Paulie. So, a lot to do here this afternoon. And why don't we start with your Yankees? Our Yankees, your Yankees, everybody's Yankees.
America's Yankees.
Now it's funny. See, this is why they did this. The Yankees have changed the narrative, even though it's 48 hours later. It's got to start with Lombard first. I mean, as much as you want to talk about what they did and didn't do on Monday, they were very strategic in that they knew people were going to be pissed off that they couldn't get a professional catcher in the building on Monday. So what do? We jettison the guy that everybody hates and bring in the next prince to be promised and let him get right in there moving. And sure enough, gets going. Homer, great defensive play. What a debut, Paulie, for Lombard last night. It's everything you want. It's like the storybook stuff that they always think about when a guy wants to make his debut. That's what you got out of him.
Yeah, it was. I tweeted last night. It was my favorite game of the year. I really enjoyed it. I just thought the team played well. Weathers pitched very good. And, it was great to see Lombard. He has that kind of look. Look, it's a long way to go. It's a great first day debut.
Prince to be promised.
What a
the next one.
What a pop out for the home run. Good stuff. And a couple of great plays. Pretty much played a flawless and defensive game except for the slip, which, it happens. But I'm sitting there when he slipped. I'm saying if that was Volpe.
Well, right.
After the body of work, people would have went off on him.
Well, the first thing I thought when he made the great play with the double play ball was Volpe doesn't make that play.
A lot of people said that, yeah.
Volpe not making that play.
Yeah, that ball's going right to the left.
Right to the left. It's a hit. And who knows? The sparkling defensive play and the homer. And people started thinking of, obviously, now remember something. Jeter opening day 96. That was his first, starting. He had the starting shortstop. He played in 95. Remember, Jeter had some run at the end of, August, September, September 95. He was part of that team, and he wasn't making his major league debut on that beautiful afternoon in Cleveland in the 96 season the magical 96 season where Jeter had a homer in his first at bat, and he made a great defensive play that day in Cleveland against the Indians. This was this kid's first game time in a major league game, and to do all that.
Didn't strike out.
No.
Made great contact with the ball.
Right.
And just pretty much played an excellent game. And I thought having Spencer in right, and you got Ramos in left, and Garcia first. I mean, it was a really good game. I just really enjoyed it.
It really was. And look,
we got the young kids in the lineup.
I think you just said there before, and it's very true. It is one game.
Yes.
Now, you know, Volpe had some good games when he first You never know how things are going to progress and how things are going to turn out and what happens down the road. But, you know, you think about debuts that some of these guys have had, and I mentioned the Jeter wasn't a debut, it was that, but like Judge's homer that he hit. He hit a homer in his first game. There's just, I think he was 14th Yankee last night, the homer in his debut.
14th, yes.
14th,
you are
the homer
absolutely
in his
right.
debut.
14th.
See, I pay attention to everything, Paulie.
Yes.
On
And
top
I
of
do
it
too.
all the
I
time.
can back it up.
You were right there. You had it on as well, and you were into it. And it was a win as well after the night before where they come all the way back and then yacked it up right after with, I mean, trying to get outs with Ryan Yarborough in the 8th inning. But that's either here nor there.
But on the other side of that, Bednar's becoming that guy now. He's really
sure.
He's really, you know, whatever 5 outs. Well, I mean, Booney was able to go with him there, but there's a nice little, bases loaded and everything gets out of it. Just looking good.
They did this at the right time. Okay, this was the right time to do this.
Mm-hmm. Keep going
because it jumps off a lot of bad feelings on Monday, even though they made a couple of trades and they got Luis Garcia, who I love, from the Nationals. They got Ramos from the Giants, who tough. I like Ramos a lot. Now already started, and you saw a lot of it last night. Strikes out a ton. He does strike out a lot, but I actually think like he brings a little bit of toughness. Like I think he's a hard-nosed player, and so I like adding that aspect to the team. So Garcia in, Ramos in, Lombard in, and that's the biggest key because a young player like that can really energize a team. And I thought this was all very strategic because it sets up for what I've been saying to you for weeks. That's Judge not coming back. Mm-hmm. So I know it, and I've been one of the louder ones about this. Mm-hmm. They are continuing to kick the can, and even when you listen to Cashman on Monday at the trade deadline, you read between the lines. Even he was like, well, we'll see what happens. It's hard to say. They're just keep moving it down. Mm-hmm. So I'm under the impression, Paulie, that what they have now is what's going to have to do it. Everyone wants, Judge this or Stanton that. Now, Stanton's at least taking swings now, right? I saw him with Rodon out, and he was hitting off of Rodon before the game the other night. Mm-hmm. So, and that's fine. That's my timeline. September 1st, Stanton comes back, gets a month worth of at-bats, he's ready to go. He just destroys right-handed pitching. He just missed another one last night, too. It went right out to the wall. Yep. I played him to homer last night, too. What if I didn't play him the night before when he did homer? I played him last night to homer. Of course, he hits it to the wall.
Good off the launch.
I love Garcia. Now, you got a little bit of crowded area there of position because and I don't mind this, they're very steadfast that Rice is not going to catch. They don't want him catching.
No.
And I don't blame them. You want to know why? Because he's not a catcher. No. So that's why I don't have a problem with that at all. And people thought that they were so, well, you just have Rice catch and everything's fine. It doesn't work that way. Mm-hmm. He's not. So first base DH are now 3 guys, Rice, Garcia, and Goldie.
Yeah, I heard somebody bring up a good point the other day, too. Like if like Booney had like Rice catching like a game a week or something like that since like April, maybe. But
to throw him in.
Yeah, like, you can't.
And it's not even like I doing something because made a move for Louis Arise to get in infield. Mm-hmm. They're going to put Harper back in right field. Last night, Harper's been playing first base since he had that injury a few years ago on his shoulder. He has been in first base for 2 or 3 years now. Mm-hmm. But I feel like the difference is Harper spent the majority of his life in right field before playing first base. It's not like it's something foreign or new to him to go and do. Like, So I don't think it's as the same. Like Rice just hasn't caught enough the last. It just wouldn't work for. And catching is a different position.
And it's done now. For the rest of the season, it's done. It's not even an issue anymore.
But it goes. And now we'll get to the bad part. I love Lombard. I love the energy. I love that they had forks down on Monday nights. They were out because them not getting a catcher on Monday, Paulie. We've talked about catching for weeks. You've been very loud about how awful Wells is, and I've been loud about how they keep the other guys always been with some, 4A guy. A 4A guy is a guy who's too good to be in AAA, and he's not good enough to be in the majors. They've had these 4A guys. These guys. What's the other guy who were on last week with the throw and chuckle? Ali Sanchez.
Yeah, Sanchez.
These guys shouldn't be on the Yankees. They just shouldn't. They needed to get a catcher. Now, would I have paid what the Red Sox paid for Adley Rutschman? No. I mean, everybody who you talk to says it was a severe overpay in that situation. But, man, watching Liam Hicks go to I thought that was the kind of guy. They needed a professional catcher, Paulie. They really did. They didn't get one on Monday. Now they're stuck with this.
So, yeah. And look, obviously I'm very subdued today as opposed to other Yankee discussions here because I did listen to Cashman yesterday, his interviews. I did watch everything that's going on here. I sat back and I enjoyed the game as a Yankee fan last night, and I am looking forward to. I
saw you tweet. I said that was my favorite game of the year, or something like that.
My favorite game of the year.
Favorite game of the season.
I think Lombard's got something. It's just something the way he carries himself and the way he's played. Just a whole bunch of good stuff going on there. But I have to believe, and I don't think this is any kind of Captain Obvious stuff, but I haven't heard anybody really kind of take this angle, one or two people, that maybe the reason that they didn't trade for a catcher and the reason Austin Wells is still on this team, despite his terrible, horrible offense, is that I think his pitchers didn't want him going anywhere. I don't think Cole, Fried, Weathers, Rodon, the rest of this lineup, he is an excellent defensive catcher, and he's been catching these guys now for a couple of years. And I think
he's excellent.
I think he's an excellent catcher for our rotation. Our rotation is one of the best in the league, right? Our starting rotation.
He does deserve some credit for that. He does catch it. He catches a lot.
And I don't care what anybody says.
Sure.
Pitchers and catchers have a
tight relationship. They got to have a tight relationship.
They really do. True. They know each other. They know all the pitch calls, counts, batters. There's a lot goes in to managing a game as a catcher.
Sure.
So you bring in if you couldn't get a starting catcher. Now, Hicks isn't a starting catcher. He's got the bats, 66 RBIs,
right,
16 homers and everything else, but he wasn't an everyday catcher, number one. And then you bring in a guy who's not familiar with the rotation. I think at the end of the day, and we talk about this too all season long, about the AL East, the division, the league, and everything else. If now with these moves and the bats can hit and we got the rotation healthy again, and you got Bednar's your closure, and you got, the guys in the middle there do the best they can, and we hopefully get some better run production going forward here to put those guys in a better situation. And you saw Booney do it last night, late in the game. You can pinch hit for Wells, okay? And then you just kind of have to deal with it because on the defensive side, and with such a fantastic starting staff right now, I have to say maybe the pitchers had a big role, and you can't swap a kind of guy like that who's been working with this rotation for the last 2 years. And if you are going to go in the playoffs and you're going to, then maybe that's just too much work to do. And so you didn't get the combo of, like, if Hicks was the everyday starting catcher and stuff like that, maybe it's a different argument. But he's not. And, obviously credit to the Red Sox and everything else, getting the kid from the Orioles and everything. But I think at the end of the day, our pitching staff, Cole, Fried, and the rest of the guys, they told management, hang on to Wells. And they're going to just manage this better. And like I said, you saw what they did last night. Wells at the end of the game, you can pitch it for him. And you just go from there. And you just roll the dice. And there's a possibility, because Wells had a good year last year at the plate, maybe the second half of the year. Now that he knows that he's not getting traded.
He doesn't have that cinder block over his head now.
He knows he's staying.
That someone could come in. It's possible.
And now maybe he gets locked in here and he has a great second half of the season.
And here's the thing. And this is another thing you have to factor in. In this sunshine and rainbows world where everybody thinks that, Judge and Stanton are both going to come back. Now, let's say that does happen. I'm really, I'm skeptical about that.
You convinced me last week.
But let's say that it's true, and it does happen by the middle of September. Put out, and I'm not doing this in order, I'm just naming names. But if you have a lineup that includes Judge, Stanton, Rice, Garcia, Jazz, Lombard, Jones, look, 5, 6, 7, suddenly, Paulie, there's 6
Maybe
or 7.
Chris gets his act together.
And I didn't include Grisham because I think he stinks.
Yeah, I know.
But like you said, maybe he gets his act together. But suddenly, Paulie, if you have everybody in the lineup, Wells hitting 9th at the bottom, there's not as much. You don't need as much from him to be the offensive guy that he even was last year. Now, I think he needs to be better than what he's been this year. You can't, hit a $150, or that just doesn't work. I don't care how good of a defensive catcher you are. But you're not asking him to do as much when the lineup was thin with, bones for the buzzards like Volpe in there and some of these other guys. When you get guys back and suddenly there's not as much you need from that position. You can focus on chipping in with the occasional hit and calling a great game for the pitchers. So I can understand some points with that. Absolutely. Now, look, Lombard's played one game. Hopefully he's a player and
if Lombard struggles, you've got Caballero. You know what I'm saying?
Correct. And now
you've got McMahon and Rosario too.
Right. And I think that could be a McMahon Caballero mix. Yeah. I think Rosario is going to kind of. I mean, look, I think
you can put Garcia pretty much anywhere in the field too.
Yeah, he's really first base.
I know, but I'm saying you could.
He hasn't played anywhere else in a really long time. He's all stick. I would say he's not a butcher at first.
I don't think we're going to get there.
No, he's not a butcher at first. But
injuries here.
I don't think they're thinking that way, and I don't think we should be thinking that way. I think he's going to be the first baseman. Every day there's a righty on the mound. Garcia's playing first, and Rice is DH. Every day. Lefty on the mound, you're going to get Goldschmidt there, and they'll pinch hit Goldschmidt for Garcia when later in the game. And hats off to Goldie. He really was I'm not going to say carried, but
there was a stretch there. He did.
There was a stretch,
10, 12 games
where he was maybe their bet. Him and him, because Rice I feel like has been pretty consistent all year. Yeah. But he had a stretch from when Judge went out those first few weeks where Goldie really was great. But over time, Paulie, it's tough to continue to depend on him with where he's at. And I think this puts him back more in that role of you're only getting him in there against lefties now, or pinch hitting late like he did last night for Wells in that spot. I think that helps Goldie too. And Garcia's a monster. Like he really is. He's an offensive monster. He destroys right-handed pitching. I really love that ad. And we'll see what Ramos gives. Ramos is going to be a good piece for them also, I feel like.
He looked good in the field on it too.
So, and everybody, everybody bashed that trade already, that he strikes out too much and he's not a good defender and he's that team needs some stones. They don't have a lot of toughness on this team. So I think Ramos is a tough player. So I'm perfectly
Cabby's
fine
a tough player too, and you forget too, like with Spencer Jones now getting if he's going to play every day in right field.
Well, that's another. That falls into the category of is Judge coming back or not? Because if he doesn't, then that is the scenario for the rest of the year.
That's all you're possibly looking at the transition there too down the road.
I've liked
right. Judge steps away.
Well, there's gonna be a day where Judge is just a DH.
Yeah.
And this is not
then he goes to first.
He's in the mid there, or he goes to first, whatever you want to. That day will come, and I'm not trying to. Judge plays a really good outfield. I'm not trying to, but
except in center.
But the thing that you're paying him for is his stick.
Yeah.
Is that for as long as you possibly can with what you're paying him over the next X amount of years. So I agree with you that he's not long term, but he's still a good defender. Like Judge he makes plays and he's got an arm out there. Like he's
something in the fifth inning of the World Series. But other than that,
okay. Well, yeah, that's fine. Do you like that they picked Jones over Dominguez?
Absolutely, yes.
Okay.
I mean, look,
it helped that Jones hit 3 homers in that, in 5 games before the trade deadline.
I want to bring this up too.
As
much as we and everybody else in the fan base and everything just continually been bashing Volpe and obviously the Martian here for a while. I mean, they are kids. They're young kids. I think this is the right move, at least obviously to give Lombard the chance here.
Right.
And man, Dominguez and Volpe, there's no way that anybody could say you did not get your opportunity. Now, Volpe,
Sure.
the extent of his injury,
Volpe, absolutely.
How he couldn't recover from his injury this year. He just couldn't get it going again. So I think it just didn't work out. Let him go down, work on his craft, and then we'll see what happens. He's got potential, right?
He's a guy.
He was the shortstop in the World Series for us last year.
He's a guy that needs to change the scenery after this.
Yeah,
he needs to change the scenery.
And if this kid Lombard
and
takes
I think
off,
that, and I think Dominguez needs to change the scenery now. Too.
Yes,
I feel like he could still be a good major league hitter, but I don't think it's going to be here now. I think he needs a new home.
For me personally, it was just
he was hitting a bit, but he was starting to hit a bit.
Sporadic though.
I know.
Clutch too.
And here's his biggest problem, and I think the biggest difference between him and Jones, and maybe Jones, we don't have enough innings yet to see it or not. Dominguez was a hack in the field. He was a butcher out there, and that's a factor when you talk about these. When it's close, and one guy's a butcher in the field, and the other guy you can put in right field, and it makes a difference. And so I don't have that much of an issue with it at all. But to kind of wrap this up with now everything all as a whole. The moves that have been made, the Lombard surge, which was so, and I give them credit for this because me and everybody else on social media and everywhere, talk radio, bashing Cashman when you didn't get the catcher on Monday afternoon. They all got in their room, they got in their war room, got together and go, man, what can we do to stoke the fire, get it down, and stop? Because Paulie, it was bad.
He said this was planned. He said he was waiting till after.
It was planned, all right. And it was planned that when everybody was at their point of the most anger, up, Lombard up, Volpe out, cheers everywhere, and everyone forgot that they didn't get a catcher for 24 hours. So I'm saying it was pretty calculated, and fair play to them for doing it that way. But this is now the team, Paulie. 3.5 back of the Rays. Second best record in the American League. Is this the team to beat in the AL now? Now that you know what the moves are and you've seen it. Obviously, tough to tell what you'll get out of Lombard the next 2 months. Tough to tell if Judge will be back. Tough to tell when Stanton will be back. Tough to tell a lot of things. But this is the roster. There's no more trades. Is this the team to beat in the American League?
All right, I have a different question for you now. And let's go to Booney here. So you take Judge and Stanton and Rodon off to the side here.
Yeah.
He's got his team now. So as far as his decision-making, what he's been given now to work with, as far as positions now have kind of been locked in, I think that whole thing, I don't think we have to worry about, like I said, Volpe starting, Dominguez not starting, all the stuff. He's got a couple of good guys now that can cover shortstop, it seems. And like I said, hopefully Lombard plays well. I just looking at the kid last night, even more so than the first time I seen Volpe.
Right.
Something about Lombard last night, just the way he carries himself.
Yes.
And at the plate too, the fact that he was handling major league pitching last night, didn't strike out, a lot of foul balls, and then obviously ropes one.
Sure.
But like I said, your third base is set. Hopefully Jazz can get his head together too, and a factor on this team, which the way he needs to be. And like I said, your outfield's kind of set right now. You got a great pitching staff.
Is this team to beat in the American League?
I don't think you could say that right now because get back to me in 10 games with this new revamp.
Right. The revamp with Lombard and Garcia. And you want
without Judge and Stanton.
Right. Without
and Rodon.
Because there's a chance that this is what October looks like.
Yes.
What you're seeing right now, there is a 50-50 shot, I think.
Do I feel better about this team that was put on paper last night than I did before the trade deadline? 1,000%.
Okay.
Really enjoyed the game last night. I like the lineup.
I'm as pessimistic as it gets. You know that. I've been negative about the Yankees for years. I've been saying they'll never win with this manager. I've been down on cash whenever I will agree with the statement you just made. I do feel better about the team now than I did 3 days ago. Maybe it's just that hope with Lombard. Like I said, the Prince to be promised comes up, and he just and he gives you something right out of the gate, that gives you energy.
We got a new offensive look. And if these guys can get 5-6 runs for this rotation, which they haven't gotten,
Yeah, 4 or 5 I would take, and they'd probably be all right.
Yeah, exactly, right?
Just,
because most of these guys are going 6-7 innings.
Even
right?
Weathers pitched is good lately.
He
had a real bad stretch in June where he was awful, and he was excellent.
His
last
stuff
night.
was
and
really
that's
good.
against a team in St. Louis that mashes lefties. They
mashed them the night before,
but they are a team that you look at the split on the Cardinals, they destroy left-handed pitching. So we were talking about this on the Bet River show yesterday, like Cardinals could be a bet tonight. They're facing a lefty, and their numbers against lefties are they're through the roof.
Weathers pitched to Jim,
and Weathers was outstanding. So that was very.
So they can turn this thing offensively around. Wells at the bottom of the lineup hitting. Maybe it doesn't become an issue.
Right.
He's your defensive catcher, catching this rotation. And like I said, if all these guys, and now, like I said, we got the positions kind of set until at least October, until the big boys come back, and these guys can get into a rhythm, and they can minimize how much they have to lean on the middle relief, and Bednar can stay healthy and close the door the rest of the way. Yeah.
Well,
10 games. Let's see what happens. 10 games.
I ask you that about the American League because there's also a team that's 29 of their last 34 games.
There's no parades for it. No parades for that.
But I will ask you now the next question I have for you. 7-game series starting tomorrow, as presently constituted. That means no Judge and no Stanton.
I will have an answer for that.
Who wins the series?
I will have an answer for that after the next series that's coming up with the Sox.
And is that
because I have
when do
not,
they have the Sox again?
I think the Astros, and it's the Astros and then the Sox.
They play the Sox end of the month, August 28th. So that's a 4-game series, including that makeup from that. So you going to that one? You go. Was that the game you guys got rained out? Was that the Red Sox?
Game? My wife and Anthony. Yeah. That's the series. After that series, I'll let you know they can beat them in the playoffs. Can't do it right now.
Okay.
Because I haven't looked. I mean, they just swept the Dodgers, right?
Well, the Red Sox, yeah.
Yeah. Pretty good stuff.
29 and 5 in their last 34 games. That's no joke.
Again, it doesn't get you anything but the fact that you're still a few games behind the Tampa Bay Rays and the New York Yankees. So, and all the Rays and the Yankees have to do now is play good baseball, and they're still going to be behind until we get to that series. So,
Carver and Cuthbert, Go Sports Radio here from Borrelli's Taproom in Long Beach on the island. I got a couple of other things to do with the trade deadline when we come back, but before we do, the sheet is just absolutely busting here with stuff that is going to be going on. Paulie, what's happening at Borrelli's?
Once again, we are broadcasting live from Borrelli's Taproom in Long Beach, New York, 912 West Beach Street in Long Beach on Long Island, the longest of islands, New York, baby. Home of the champion New York Knicks. That's right. Don't ever forget it. They are the champs. All right. It's Wednesday, so it's comedy night down here tonight. And guess what? If you did not get tickets like a couple months ago, you can come and see Chris Stefano tonight because it's sold out. Both shows. You can't come. But anyway, the more comedy shows coming up that I'll let everybody know on the second promotion when I come around a little later. Anyway, that's tonight. Chris Stefano here tonight live at Borrelli's. Tomorrow night is Carnival night. That's Thursday. Every Thursday night, it's $42.99. Come down for a choice of pork, veal, or steak. Super salad. You get a dessert, bottomless beers, and endless wines. And at 8 p.m., you get live music from current companies. Come on down Thursday nights, eat and drink, and enjoy the tunes. On Friday, this weekend, kicking off the big party weekend here. Every weekend here at Borrelli's is a party. We have live music returning with Lauren Craig at 7 p.m. on Friday, and then Zach Harrington's in town, and he'll be on at 9 p.m., followed by the Friday night dance party here at Borrelli's. On Saturday, you have Zach Harrington returning again. He'll be on at 7 p.m., followed by DJ Tucci at 11 p.m. for the Saturday night dance party. On Sunday, Evan Carrigo will be here at 5 p.m., followed by DJ Johnny John on 8 p.m. Hey, I met DJ Johnny John on Friday night. Good guy, yeah. This place was insane Friday night. And then after that is the Sunday night dance party. Don't forget now on Fridays, it's Frozen Fridays here at Borrelli's. So from 12 to 9 p.m. every Friday, come down and get $8 frozen drinks from the giant frozen machine here. You get margaritas and pina coladas, $8, 12 to 9. Come on down off the beach and cool yourself off. Next Tuesday, Tommy's back with bingo. Got a bingo fundraiser here for the Bike and Dream. And it starts at 8:30 p.m. No cover. Come on in. And bingo with Tommy always packed. And it's always got, I got to tell you, some great looking ladies come on down here. You can't get a seat. Get down here early for bingo Tuesdays with Tommy. And a special one next week for the Bike and Dream Foundation. All right. I got to tell you about these pasta classes. Because the pasta class, I think last week, was also sold out too. You just check out Borrelli's Instagram. You see pictures. There's no room in here. Food is amazing. But anyway, these are the upcoming pasta classes. Wednesday, September 16th. Wednesday, October 21st. Wednesday, November 18th. And then Wednesday, December 16th. For $65. It starts at 6 p.m. You come in, you get unlimited wine and beer and apps. Plus, you get the pasta that everybody's making. Okay, so come on down. That also always sells out. Reserve at Borrelli'sTaproom.com and or call 516-705-8674 to make your reservations for all the upcoming Wednesday pasta nights here at Borrelli's. A couple of things going on here. The music theme nights return here as well. A couple of Wednesdays here this month. The Billy Joel theme night returns on Wednesday, August 12th. Beach Country night returns here on August 19th. And 80s night returns here on Wednesday, August 26th. No cover. Come on down. $21 drink specials and half price. $21 dinner specials, half price bottles of wine and drink specials all night for music themes. And let me see. Don't forget, every time you come in here, you get mention the CNC podcast and you get a free Miller Lite draft. And I just want to remind everybody that the football specials have also been announced, and there's a ton of them. And I want to let everybody know coming up. I guess it's going to start with the Hall of Fame game there, Mike. And you get.
I mean, that is an NFL game if you want to call it that. I mean, it's more like a scrimmage, but it is technically an NFL game.
2-for-1 pizzas, $1 wings, $4 Miller Lite drafts, $5 Lagunitas drafts, $35 High Noon buckets, Spike Day buckets, Surfside buckets, Super Light buckets, and then the half price beer towers and the half price mimosa towers for the Sunday games. And then on the college game days, you got $10 Borrelli's pretzels, $10 Philly cheesesteaks, nachos, egg roll platters, tailgate pizza of the week, 2-for-1, and $35 Super Light or Honey buckets, and half price eye opener towers. Yeah, Mike's getting into that.
Yeah, is that the one? What did he tell me last week was the eye opener?
Get you into trouble. That's what it's going to do.
Was that the what was the eye opener? Jeez.
Now, when Tommy comes back, we'll ask him again.
What was the other one that had the fun?
The mimosas.
Okay, so that's the mimosa tower,
the beer towers,
and then there's the eye opener. So what? I forget what the eye opener was. Wasn't it some kind of martini? Wasn't it? What was?
Like I said, it's whatever it is going to get in trouble.
I would say so. A tower. What was the eye opener, Tommy?
Well, essentially an espresso martini and a
espresso martini, and you're gonna put that in a tower?
Yeah.
Oh my God. Does it come with an ambulance?
The eye opener. I love it. Down here at Borrelli's.
All right. So,
of course,
more baseball trade you want to wrap up with?
Yeah, I was actually just you involved in the Wyndham Championship this week in Greensboro.
I hear it's lovely this time of year.
Greensboro at Sedgefield for the Wyndham, the final stop before the FedEx Cup playoffs next week. I know that you're excited about that. So lots of guys trying to get into the top 70 at the PA, because that's how you get in the playoffs. You got to be in the top 70 in the standings. So there's going to be a lot of jockeying for position this week in Greensboro for us. So I know you're excited about it.
Do you got a favorite?
I'm actually, I actually like this 19-year-old kid, Blades Brown, 66-1 this week.
His name is Blades.
Like rollerblades.
Blades Brown.
Blades Brown.
So I guess he's going to have a Netflix show soon too.
Like the Hawk?
Yeah, exactly.
I'm 4 episodes in.
Oh, really? You went in, huh?
I watched so what is there, 8, I think. So I've watched half the season.
Have you laughed?
No.
All right, that's a problem.
Maybe one small chuckle in the last episode.
All right.
But I haven't quite gotten there yet. And everyone keeps telling me, oh, it builds. It gets funnier as it goes. It's funnier as it goes. And I haven't gotten there yet. Did you watch the whole thing?
No,
I didn't watch any of it.
I couldn't get past the first I tried to watch it with my son, and then
that's
20 minutes in, I had to turn it off.
Yeah,
it was a bit vulgar.
It's not for the younger age.
No.
I want to finish it just because I feel like I've come this far now. I've got to go the whole thing, and it's so they sent it's Marash's fault. Obviously, my buddy Marash from WFN. It's his fault because they sent him out there to interview Farrell. You saw the clips, so he got to go out there and do this thing, and he comes home being the company man that he is with. You got to watch it. The show's so funny, man. And I'm like, and I texted him the other day. I'm like, man, he's like, what do you mean you haven't laughed at it? Dude, I'm 4 episodes in. Like, where's the laughs? Like, where is it?
I thought the first 20 minutes of the first episode were pretty good. When his caddy dies. And,
right. Doesn't show up to the funeral. Has the guy has the son read a message at the funeral.
Yeah. Anyway,
interesting role for Molly Shannon in that. Also,
she's the best. She's excellent. So Blades
Brown is my guy this week. I really like him. I like Ryan Gerard for first round leader at 45-1. I got a few things. I'm still kind of building the card this afternoon.
And where are we at with golf as far as major tournaments left?
So this is the last week of the regular season.
Okay.
Next 3 weeks are the FedEx Cup playoffs.
Okay.
So next week the top 70 in points play.
Oh, so now that's it.
They cut everyone else out.
Oh, nice.
Then the week after, only the top 50. So the guys 51 through 70 next week got to do work. They got to make sure they get into the top 50 because then the top 50 gets you in all the big tournaments next year.
Is this a big draw as far as ratings now? No.
No, nobody cares. Which is one of the PGA Tour's biggest problems is that nobody cares. And then the last week, the Tour Championship is the top 30. So that's how it goes. 70, 50, 30 the next 3 weeks.
And do we have any team tournaments coming up this season?
President's Cup.
That's it.
So
and when's that?
So it's late September.
Okay.
Which this year is in where they got the President's Cup
buddy,
this year. Were they on the road this year for the President's Cup?
But it's August 5th today.
Yeah.
And I haven't played around golf yet. I haven't had
really.
Did you get out yet?
I played 9 at Merrick a couple times.
Really?
But I haven't played 18. That's right. President's Cup is at Medina this year in Illinois. So that is now the President's Cup is USA versus the world outside of Europe. So you get your guys from Asia, Canada, South America, all the best guys from those take on USA. And then, of course, the other year is the Ryder Cup, which is Europe versus USA, which is more. I don't think the U.S. has lost a President's Cup in decades.
You just jinxed it, man.
So Europe's been kicking the United States ass at the Ryder Cup the last.
They certainly have.
Last year, they've won 3 in a row now, right? I think so. They've won 3 in a row, even winning at Bethpage a year. So yes, we do have a team golf in September, but it's the President's Cup, and a lot of people are.
Hey, quick side note.
Sure.
You know whose birthday it is today?
No.
Ray the Mailman.
Is that right?
Happy birthday, buddy.
Ray the Mailman.
Yes.
Wow.
You know him, the governor of East Rockaway.
I know
Mayor
Ray.
of East Rockaway.
I know
president
Ray.
of East Rockaway.
How do you not? Ray's the man. Ray is the man. I forget when I saw her. Oh, yeah, I know.
Buddy, all you got to do is between 8 a.m. and 3 p.m., just drive through East Rockaway. You'll find him.
You always find Ray. There's the hand.
He's primarily between Ocean Avenue and Melrose. And,
he's got that part. I mean, he's been there so long now. He at least should have choice of where he goes, right?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, Ray's.
I think he's 40 years.
He's high range.
50 years being a mailman.
There
I think he's been a mailman since he was born.
Yeah. I mean, look, I remember he's got to have 25.
Oh yeah,
30 years in at this point,
he's
right?
18. I'm 56. I think he's 57. So
he's got
I
30
think he's 58
years
today. Yeah.
So he's got more than 30 years in. You would think.
And buddy, you know where he likes to go once a year with his wife? He loves to go see the Pirates.
He's a Pirate fan. Yeah,
no, he loves to go to the stadium stuff. And now he can go see Weaver.
Yeah, so Weaver to the Pirates. So the Mets. Yeah, so this is good segue there for you. Yeah, the Mets got rid of almost everything that wasn't nailed down. Okay, almost everything. I guess they couldn't find anyone to take Lewis Robert, which
or Mr. and Mrs. Met, I believe.
Or Mr. and
their
Mrs.
jobs
Met,
are safe, actually.
But everything else gone. So Peralta to the Rays, man, he got smashed last night by the Rockies too. My boy Mickey, forget the
That's
cognac.
great for us.
Give me the Moniac. Oh, he's
awesome.
gonna be awful. He stinks. He's finished. Rays got Peralta. They sent Weaver to the Pirates. They sent Tyrone Taylor and Clay Holmes to the Cubs.
Mm-hmm. Good for the Cubs.
That was actually the best prospect they got out of all the trades was who they got from the Cubs for those two guys. Mm-hmm. And of course there was other bullpen pieces they moved.
Did you read the names of some of the guys that got back? I mean,
not really.
But it was funny. It is funny to look at. Like there are some weird names, and then supposedly somebody's been putting up a clip. They got this guy. Supposedly he's a relief pitcher, and when he strikes somebody out, he split on the mound.
So this is the guy that they brought right, and he does like this whole dance.
More gimmicks for the Mets.
More gimmicks for them. But as I mentioned to you last week, after we talk about who they've traded here, what's left to talk about for the next 2 months? Like what?
Well, you just bring up the one time we'll talk about the Mets is the 9/11.
The 9/11 weekend when they play the Yankees. But
is Juan coming back for that?
They are completely irrelevant.
Yes.
Now, this was their last thing. There's nothing else to say. The season's over. They're playing out the string. Plenty of tickets available. Other than playing the Yankees that weekend, maybe I don't know. Maybe the last 2 weeks of the season they have someone else who's going to be fighting for a playoff spot. They could play spoiler. Everybody gets all wrapped up about stuff like that. But other than that, I mean, is there even? What are you excited to watch AJ Ewing? I guess over the last 2 months, is that what Carson Bench? You're excited to watch all this. This is what the excitement is. So
man, what a change.
That's right, John. Let's hear it from Moniac. We caught him with a homer last night. My boy Mickey,
Nice.
Forget the cognac, get me the Moniac with a homer for the Rockies off of Freddie Peralta. So
Love it.
we love him, John. He's one of our favorites. Although there was a story I saw this morning about the Mets. It's about Freddie Peralta.
Okay. I didn't know, so I'm looking forward to this.
This was the headline on the article, because there was an article I couldn't read because it was behind a paywall. But the headline of it on Twitter that, Peralta had a very disappointing run as a Met. It's unfortunate, but there is one thing that he did do during his time here that people may look back on and give him credit for. And apparently, according to the article, he is one that arranged the sit-down between Juan Soto and Francisco Lindor. He's the one that got them together to squash their beef or whatever it is.
I'm sorry if I missed it. What time of the year was this when they did this?
I didn't. Again, the article was behind a paywall. I didn't get to really read it. Let me see if I'm sure someone's already now put the whole entire.
Call Joe Lisi. He probably knows.
Joe, yeah. All right, here we go. This is Jorge Castillo of ESPN. Peralta played a big role in improving the relationship between Soto and Lindor. With tension lingering into their second season as teammates, multiple sources told ESPN that Peralta in June, arranged for two stars to vent and work through their disconnect. Lindor and Soto spoke to Castillo about the event, with Lindor describing it as, quote, more of a conversation, and Soto denying that such a meeting happened. Soto, however, noted that the relationship between the two stars has been, quote, much better this season. So I guess
yes, because they're both not
so
in
I
the
guess
lineup at the
I guess
same time.
Peralta got a meeting together that Soto says never happened. And if this was in June, all that tells you is, remember when Cohen talked to everybody and he was like, "Oh, there's no problem." That was like a month ago. Clearly, there was. If this allegedly happened, who makes this up? What do you like? Come on.
But as you said, they have now become irrelevant. So I got to be honest. Like, I don't even care. No, who cares about this anymore? I mean,
Right.
And no disrespect to the Mets fans. And again, this is just pathetic. This is awful. I got to, like I said, I have a son. And, the kids, as far as their favorite players getting turned over here the last couple of years, you get Soto, the excitement, you've got Lindor, you've got this talent, and then it has just completely crumbled to nothing. At least we as Yankee fans are potentially talking about, let's check out this team in 10 games. They're making the playoffs, right? Or are they going to win a division? Can they challenge for the AL championship, right? The Mets fans have nothing, absolutely nothing, and maybe not even anything to look forward to for the next 2 to 3 years. Because most of the big free agents, right, have pretty much been all kind of locked up as far as what's going on here this season.
Right.
We might not even have baseball next year.
Oh, we're gonna get to that,
too,
yeah.
But
this is part of the Castillo article. I was able to access it because maybe the reason why I thought it was behind apparel because I wasn't signed into my ESPN account. Quote, talking about the meeting. Quote, it was as men, not baseball players, a source said of the meeting. Peralta confirmed that the meeting occurred, but declined to disclose the details. Soto denied there was no meeting, no discussion, Soto said in Spanish. This year has been better. We've gotten along very well. We've learned from each other. They are going to have to bust these guys up. So you could say whatever you want. They are going to have to bust these guys up. If they're still talking about this, and this happened in June, now, remember, it probably happened in June because in April and May, they were never there together. One was on the IL, the other was on the IL, the other was on the IL, and now you're back to that now. And they both play better when the other one's on the IL. They're going to have to bust these guys up. And it's obviously Lindor's the guy that you would think is who they would have to go to. But, again, he's got a full no trade, and he likes it here. So it's very possible. All right, like you said, enough of the Mets. Elsewhere, Scooble to the Dodgers.
Boring.
For a couple prospects. And this is now our time for the tinfoil hat conspiracy theory part of the show, which everybody always loves. Mm-hmm. I saw a lot of this over the last few days. The reason why, remember, this is not I don't necessarily feel this way, but I've heard people bring up this conspiracy theory. The reason why none of the other teams made a better offer to the Tigers for Scooble, as in Milwaukee, Tampa Bay, teams that could have Scooble maybe put over the top, is because all the owners want the Dodgers to win again because that is their spear to cause the lockout and to change baseball. And it's a big conspiracy that they want the Dodgers to win again. So, yes, let the Dodgers get Scooble. Let the Dodgers win again for the third time in a row. And that will be the way that they lock out baseball and try and get their salary cap, which they so desire, that they're never going to get. That is what has been gone. That is what people think. A lot of people. And there's a bunch. This has been
it's a bad conspiracy because at the end of the day, if the owners want to lock this out and change, they're going to do it regardless of what happens to the Dodgers this year. It doesn't matter.
Right? I agree. The Dodgers could lose to the Yankees in the World Series, and they still. I don't
even think the Dodgers are going to get to the World Series.
What if the Rays play the Brewers in the World Series, and you have two small market teams playing in the World Series? Will they lock out then?
Look, this is whatever's going on in the room where it happens. It doesn't matter what happens the rest of this season. They're going to lock out one way or the other if it ain't right. So, I mean, and you can go on and on and on about what the Dodgers are doing. I guess they're doing within the parameters of the rules.
They are.
So
they're not cheating.
And if your team was doing it, I think this is the thing. I use this as the old adage, and I go back to the night that Wilson slammed Panarin to the ice at the Garden, Capitals. And then the next night he got slapped with a $5,000 fine. And then on Wednesday, they had that line brawl.
Right.
But Wilson didn't get suspended, and Panarin,
just a maximum allowed by the CBA, $5,000. And
Panarin almost got killed.
He took a shot.
He came from an inch of his life, his head not hitting the ice.
Right.
That it just doesn't matter. It's like these guys are going to do whatever they want, and again, as long as it's within the rules, the parameters, and the people that are in powers that be. So. And what I'm getting at is you hate the Dodgers, but the analogy is if that was flipped around, if it was, say, I'm just trying to think, Schneider or somebody had smashed Ovechkin to the head. Like, sure. Ranger fans would have been going crazy. Yeah. They'd been crazy because it was their guy. If it had been the other way around, Ranger fans wouldn't have said nothing.
Right.
So now if the Yankees had gone out and got Scooble or have had done all this stuff the last few years, right?
Deferring billions of dollars.
And had, like, say if they had Ohtani and all this stuff and bets and everything else. Yankee fans would be like, we don't care, right?
I wish they did do that.
So you got, yeah, exactly. Of course, we all wish that way. So the thing is that it all depends on which side of the river you're on. And you can scream and yell all you want. It is what it is.
I've always been tough on this because I do believe at the end of the day, there are a lot of owners in baseball who can spend more and they pocket the money. And the books have shown that over the years. And that's why I'm always torn on this. Like, it's the only sport left that doesn't have some form of a cap, right?
Yes.
You know, the NHL has one.
Mm-hmm.
The NBA has a very weird, strange
There's
one
limits.
where you can go over and there's aprons and there's things you got to change. The NFL obviously has what they have. Baseball is really the last one left that doesn't have, you know, that bottom or top that you got to go to. You know, I don't know. I'm not sure if it's the answer or not. There's a lot of people who will say that it is. I'm still a little torn on it, Paulie. I'm not going to lie.
And how do we look at it as older guys? Me being obviously 10 years older than you, but the younger, anybody who's like in their 20s right now, how are they looking at this? Like, I mean, do they care?
Look,
I'm sure. Look, we all care. We don't want baseball to cancel next year, and I think that's going to be a major blow to the league as far as, you know, just where everything is economically, right? You know what I'm saying? But, you know, where do you side on? Do you side on the fact, like, if you're the middle class, hardworking man, and like, yeah, they should shut this thing down and they should have limits. Nobody deserves to make, you know, this amount of money. You know what I'm saying? You know, the NHL fans now crying poverty now too, and that's something maybe later we can get into, because I just saw the Rangers, some of the ticket plans, and I don't know how anybody's done anything. But where does it all lie? I mean, this is out of our hands, right?
Right.
And because not enough people, we can sit here, well, I'm boycott the team. The time fans boycott teams is when they just lose.
Right.
It doesn't matter how much anybody's getting made. But if they lose, you start seeing the empty seats.
Yeah.
That's really about it.
Yeah,
And not so much in football because the fans still come out, you know, but
right. I mean, you got there's a few teams that obviously when they're really bad, nobody's there, but
or the tickets are being sold to the teams that are coming in, right? The winning teams are already. So somehow it all balances
because football's
out.
a lot different because it's only 8 home games a year, and it's just it's an event. It's not fair to compare that to the other 3 where you have 40 plus and 80 plus in baseball. There's so many home games that I don't know, man. I feel pretty strong that this whole lockout thing is going to happen. I mean, the people that say it's going to happen for an entire year, I don't believe that. Could you lose a month or 2 at the start of next year? Yeah, maybe. I find it very hard to believe, Paulie, that you're going to lose an entire year of baseball. They can't be that stupid, can they? Like, both sides. And we've seen this stuff before, and, you know, both sides, we've seen stupidity before. You know, 94 was stupidity. You know, and it shut down.
I don't know, but I'm going to assume the difference between or and say now, whatever. Like a lot of these star players, and you know, whatever the percentage is in terms of, you know, start going down the line, the guys who make the big money, like they've got bank, right? A lot of the money is it's up
it's a different world than 1994.
So the players could pretty much sit out for a while, you know. And I don't know how that works out with the Players Leagues Association, what money they put in the pool, and then like to the lower guys get paid or whatever. But I would have to say that the players are going to dig in. And the owners are going to dig in, and I think they will lose the whole season. I don't think there'll be any of that tease of, it's getting close to spring. Catchers and pitchers reporting, it's getting close to spring training.
Right.
You know, here we go. The opening weekend is cut now. Now we're going from 164 games to 80. I don't think that's going to happen. I think it's over and done after the World Series, and I think both sides are going to dig in, and it's unfortunate. I feel bad for the kids. I really do.
Major League Baseball Players Associations are the only ones, like I mentioned, that have dug in and never agreed to it.
Yeah.
And their metal's going to be tested here with this. That's for sure. It's going to be very, very interesting to see.
And with the money they're paying these guys these days, Mike, the players have more power than they've ever had in the past.
They do. That's very true as well. Very, very true. It's going to be interesting. I'm actually going to try to not think about it until the season's over because
me too.
You know, it is going to suck if it happens. It is suck if they shut it doesn't happen anymore after that. So
Is there anything else? Any other trades you want to
No,
talk about?
I don't think so. You saw a few teams obviously better themselves. You mentioned the Sox, 29 out of 34, getting Rushman.
And with the wild card, everybody's basically in it. So there wasn't a lot of guys
right.
that were
I was
trading.
looking Monday night after the deadline, and there was only 3 teams in each league that I thought were completely stone cold buried.
Mm-hmm.
Like completely just they're done and have absolutely no shot. That was the Royals, A's, and Angels in the American League, and the Mets, Giants, and Rockies in the National League.
Look at the American
stone cold
League.
dead.
Look at the American League wild card. It's
yes,
just everybody's in.
And that's the thing. Like
And
even
then
Detroit,
National
they
League.
trade School. They're 1.5 back at a wild. Like it's like nonsense. But
You got
they
one,
didn't
two.
think that they would re-sign him. So
Everybody in the National League too. The
right,
wild card's
and now in
wide
the
open.
National League there's a little bit more. Washington's falling off, Reds falling off. Even the Cardinals are falling off. They've moved some pieces.
They got a talented team. There's a lot of potential there. I gotta tell you.
Yeah,
like Church.
I you know what? I got no love for them. I have not. You know what? I hope the
me
Cardinals
neither, but-
never win again. I've had enough of the Cardinals. Everybody, they think that they're God's gift.
And now we're definitely showing a rage now as far
Yeah,
as
I know. Couple things in the chat. Chat's starting to get going. You could head to the park and greet the Mets in person. They can hear your conversations from the field. You're probably right, John. I would say that that's probably accurate. Eddie in Columbus here today. Door closed Wednesday. Yes, well, Tommy didn't want to sweat. He wanted air conditioning. So that's why the doors are closed, although the front door is open, Eddie. So we do have a little bit of
And Eddie, me and Mike are not
ocean breeze.
We can't be a part of those decisions.
No. Eddie also said the Yankees would have won in 94 and probably would have played the Expos. That has been what everyone has said
the Expos
for 30-plus years.
Bring
is
the
that
Expos back.
that would have been the World Series. Well, you know what? Ifs and buts for candy and nuts every day would be Christmas. So
I haven't heard that. So
if ifs and buts were candy and nuts, every day would be Christmas. And
bravo.
unfortunately, Eddie will never know. It's just one of those life's great mysteries. John says the Mariners look pretty good in 94 as well. 4 days till college football, baby. Week 0. TCU in North Carolina in Dublin at the Aviva. And my smash play of that Saturday, USC San Jose State over 58.5. Up and away for the Trojans that day. You got a late night game with UNLV in Memphis as well. Week 0, Paulie. 3 weeks from Saturday. Week 0. College football is back.
Baby. Love it.
It's just, it's great. It really is to see. But that's it. That's all I got for you, I think. But nobody else did anything that really is earth-shattering to me. Really didn't. I thought the Rays got better. I thought the Red Sox got better. I thought the teams that are around the Yankees got better. I think Cleveland was trying to make a move. They made Cleveland actually.
The monarchy on the Dodgers.
Be careful with Cleveland. They added Foster Griffin from Nationals, left-handed starter.
Great end of the season last year.
They added Joe Adell from the Angels, who I think he can mash. Watch out for Cleveland.
Yeah,
I'll give you a little. They're in the 3rd wild card right now in the AL. So, and how far back are they of the White Sox? 3 games back, the White Sox for the division. So that would be the team I would kind of. Man, 500 is the 3rd wild card in the AL.
So we got
57 and 57.
16, 110. So it's about 50-plus games?
About 50 games.
Yeah,
around
let's
50
go.
in that area. So this
Let's
is the
go.
stretch run.
Let's go.
That's right. I also like the Sacramento State Hornets over Eastern Michigan.
Wow.
Eddie was watching me and Joe the other night to go over some of the college football games, and I like Sacramento State.
What was this USC Notre Dame thing you were discussing?
And
Joe's got some fancy graphics. I gotta let him know, man.
Good
Good stuff.
Some fancy graphics.
Well,
USC ended the yearly tradition of USC and Notre Dame playing each other.
Okay, gotcha.
So this year is the first time in 50 years that they're not playing because USC backed out of playing them. And that's 50 years plus a tradition down the drain, finished. Now this week got together.
Is that a major loss?
Yeah, I mean, it's just, again, it's a great rivalry in college football. Another one gone down because the money's king. So it sucks. So then this week they announced that 2030 they're going to start playing again. So they're not going to play this year, 26, 27, 28, 29. So 4 years off of it. And in 2030,
Should
they're
I
going to
write-
go
write
back.
that down
Well,
now?
this happens all the time. They schedule
4
these
years
college
from now?
football non-conference games
USA.
in decades from
Notre
now.
Dame,
Like Notre Dame has
2030.
got Alabama scheduled in like 2035. Like it's like, why? Like what? You know how different college football is going to be 10 years from now, 5 years from now.
You said there's
Said
gonna
it
be a
last
Super
week
League.
that there's going to be a Super League, and none of this is even going to matter. All these 20-year in advance scheduled matchups are all going to be thrown away because they're going to be in a Super League together. So it doesn't make a difference what goes on. I got bashed for that Notre Dame last week too. Everybody telling me Notre Dame, how easy their schedule is, and the schedule's cake, and they've got
Can't have opinions anymore, Michael.
Can't opinions. So why did one other guy gave? Why do they need revenge against Miami? They lost to them. Yeah, but they were favored.
Maybe we should stop posting clips.
I don't know. I only like when we get people upset when we post the clips. That's really the only. That's when it's at its best. Is when we get people upset.
And we're just stating opinions and sometimes facts.
Sometimes.
Sometimes people don't like
Sometimes
the hard truth.
They don't like the hard truth. Just got like a burst of mugginess just came in.
Yeah,
the
it is a
door.
little muggy up here. There's
What
no doubt
happened
about it.
there?
I don't know.
I wasn't like that the first hour.
We could have a decision making and closing that door.
Wow, unbelievable. Can't do that. We got to have some. I mean, summertime.
All right, well, then maybe you need to go in the back and click up the AC or ask Q if we can get a little more.
Carver Cuthbert, Go Sports Radio.
You're a big fan right there.
Put a big fan on. Get one of those industrial size fans blowing on us here down. Carver Cuthbert, Go Sports Radio here live from Borrelli's Taproom in Long Beach.
I'm thirsty. You thirsty?
Yeah, I could have one. All right, I could have
It's
one.
on me.
All right, then we'll take a break and we'll go get one.
All right.
Carver Cuthbert, Go Sports Radio here from Borrelli's Taproom in Long Beach on the island. We will come back. We've got a lot more to do. Oh, you're going to do the reads or you want to take a break?
No, I'll do this. Yeah, good.
Okay. What are you having today?
Yeah, if they got my
If
favorite.
they've got
any something similar.
if you want to get another notch towards the club, is that what you're going
Yeah.
for? All right. Paulie's going to let you know what's happening at Borrelli's, and I'm going to go gas us up a little bit. Go ahead, Paulie.
Once again, we are broadcasting live from Borrelli's Taproom, 912 West Beach Street, here in Long Beach on the longest of islands, New York, home of the champion New York Knicks, baby. That's right. All right, it's Wednesday. We got comedy night tonight. And unfortunately, if you don't have tickets, you can't get in because it's sold out. Chris Stefano's here tonight for 2 shows, both sold out right here at Borrelli's. You can go to Borelli'sTaproom.com for upcoming comedy shows, which I do have right here. And that's Pete Curiel coming up on Monday, August 10th. And then on Anthony Rodilla is coming up here too. And I apologize. I didn't write the date down. Wait, hold on. I think there it is. August 29th. Anthony Rodilla. There you go. Pete Curiel on August 10th and Anthony Rodilla on August 20th. Go to Borelli'sTaproom.com and then click on events and tickets, or go to Eventbrite.com and search Borrelli's Comedy. So that's what's happening with comedy. So Thursday night, it's Carnival night. So don't forget, every Thursday night, come down here and bring $42.99. And then you get a choice of pork, veal, or steak, super salad, and a dessert, bottomless beers, and endless wines, all for $42.99. And also at 8 o'clock now, every Thursday night, you get Current and Company live music. So come on down and enjoy the Thursday nights here at Borrelli. Friday night, coming up here, kicking off the live music party weekend, the dance parties and everything else. We have Lauren Craig going to be here at 7 p.m. and then Zach Harrington at 9 p.m., followed by the Friday night dance party. Don't forget now, it's Frozen Fridays here. Want to get down here a little early before the music starts. From 12 to 9, you get $8 frozen margaritas and pina coladas. So come on down for that every Friday now, Frozen Fridays. Saturday, Zach Harrington's going to be back here at 7 p.m., followed by DJ Tucci at 11 p.m. for the Saturday night dance party. On Sunday, Evan Kariga is going to be here at 5 p.m., followed by DJ Johnny John at 8 p.m. and the Sunday Fun Day dance party. Tons of bucket specials. Goes on and on and on. Just you can't go wrong down here, Borrelli's. Okay, Tuesday bingo fundraiser here. 2 bingo nights return here with bartender Tommy. He's going to be here 8:30 p.m. No charge. Coming down. It's a special evening next Tuesday for the Bike and Dream Foundation. Bike and Dream Bar Crawl Foundation. There you go. That's what it is. So coming down, Tommy also always hosts a great show down here. It's always packed. Got to get down here early for a table. Here we go. Wednesday night music nights return here as well. This month, you got Wednesday, August 12th, the return of Billy Joel night, Songs from Italian Restaurant. On August 19th, Beach Country night, Sounds of Chesney, Zach Brown, Jimmy Buffett. And then on August 26th, 80s night returns here. And then on these music nights, it's no cover, $21 dinner special on half price bottles of wine and more. Pasta class is coming up on Wednesday, September 16th, Wednesday, October 21st, Wednesday, November 18th, and Wednesday, December 16th. All start at 6 p.m. It's $65. You can wine, beer, and apps, plus the pasta that you guys make. So you got to make reservations. It's always good out. Call 516-705-8674 or reserve at Borrelli'sTaproom.com. And don't forget, football specials are coming back here. Just tons of stuff. Most towers, beer towers, 2-for-1 pizzas, all kinds of wing specials, and all kinds of bucket specials and everything else. So get down here at Borrelli's all season long. It's going to be the place to be. Sound on for the big games, all the matchups, great food, specials, all that stuff coming up for the college and NFL seasons. And don't forget, anytime you come down to Borrelli's, doesn't matter, afternoon. If you get in the morning for breakfast, they don't do breakfast, but maybe breakfast is coming soon here at Borrelli's. But it could be 1 o'clock in the morning. You walk in here.
Brunch on Sundays,
And,
right?
yeah, always brunch on Sundays. Sorry. Mention the Carver and Cuthbert podcast and start your session off with a free Miller Lite draft. And don't forget, down here during the week, lunchtime, open at 12 o'clock, $12 super sandwich special. Always here at Borrelli's. And that's what's going on at Borrelli's Taproom right here in Long Beach in New York. And my favorite Tommy is bringing my favorite drink. Thanks, brother. Appreciate it. And here we go, pal. Here's to episode 75 today.
Oh, wow. How about that?
Cheers.
On the first Wednesday in August. Well. All right.
Oh, that is delicious.
Carver and Cuthbert, Go Sports Radio. Here with you.
Hey, quick soccer note.
Oh, go. Ooh, okay.
So we talked about
Watch the MLS?
No, absolutely not. It has nothing to do with the MLS.
I was hoping you. I was hoping.
But remember, we discussed the fact that the U.S. World Cup that it was played in the United States and the effect that it had on the young kids who actually got interested in it and watched it. And now I got to find this out to see if there's an uptick in signups for soccer leagues and everything else. And opposed to if when the World Cup was in Qatar 4 years ago, I don't think any kids in the United States watched it at all, in addition to the times and everything. But I have news. My young guy has decided to sign up and play soccer for middle school.
Wow.
This fall. He's coming out of retirement, 4 years old.
And this is
he's
direct because of the World Cup?
Yes, because he watched the World Cup with a bunch of his buddies and kind of fell in love with the sport. And his favorite player is that kid from Spain, Yamal. Can't remember his name completely.
Lamine Yamal?
Yeah, that guy. Yeah, the young kid. And wants his jerseys now and everything for birthdays and Christmas and stuff. And he wants to watch FC Barcelona this year.
Good.
He's been asking me about the leags, so
Premier League, La Liga.
but I would have to say, if only because the United States hosted it this year. Otherwise, he wouldn't be interested. He was gonna run across track and field, and then he was gonna play hoops and then baseball. But now he's gonna play. Got him signed up. Went out and took him out to get shin pads. I couldn't believe it. Shin pads, soccer ball. He's all set. So there you go.
That's great. I think it's awesome.
World Cup had a little effect.
I had a little effect.
My guy
on in, so that's good.
It's soccer.
That's awesome. And no, not this isn't World Cup directly, but I think Willie's gonna play too.
Get out.
Now Willie played when he was like 3. It was too early.
They were all hanging out the other day.
They were.
Good times.
So there was a little soccer with Ann, Olivia, and Mackenzie. Mackenzie's obviously
No pizza contest. There was no pizza at the party.
There was
Willie
no
and
pizza.
Anthony go at
No,
it.
they did not have the pizza contest. But Mackenzie's obviously she's a stud soccer player.
She really is.
She's a stud. And Olivia's never, she's softball. That's all that she plays. But Ammon's in there with the soccer ball with them.
Good.
He's playing a little bit. But Willie, he's got a lot of avenues he wants to go down. I've actually got him, believe it or not, and this is what I'm probably going to be most proud of. I think Willie's going to do the little guy's golf practice.
You must be over the moon.
So one of his friends ages him. They're going into kindergarten. They have a class for that age group.
Get out.
At the Merritt Golf Club, and it's Tuesdays at like 4:30. And I'm gonna starting in September. I'm going to get him in there, I think.
That's a great excuse for you to get down to the
No
golf.
kidding. And I bought him. and I've told Olivia like 1,000 times, like, you guys start playing golf. I was like, women's golf.
Yeah.
Like, if you start playing now, like, it's the way. Like, you see all these like, they're dying to give scholarships to women to play golf at these schools. They're dying to. It's such a way to, and she's, she's obviously got the softball swing that, but it's a different thing playing golf. But
what would be equivalent to the professional women's golf version of the men's Masters? Do you?
Well,
know?
they have majors. They have they have a women's U.S. Open. They have like there's
But
not
there-
a
is there a
Masters.
Masters
Now there is a
type?
women's before the Masters.
Okay.
There's tons of. They have a women's British Open. They have all that
Okay.
stuff. They're all there
Good
for
stuff.
them. So,
All right, so there you go. There's your angle, man.
Here's my angle.
More hours
play
of
more
golf
golf.
course.
See, when you said soccer, I thought you were going to bring up the story about the FIFA head Johnny Infantino basically getting run out of town for trying to
could
sell
talk about
shares
that.
of,
Well, I tell you
of
what.
the World Cup off, and all of Europe saying we're out of here.
Well, it's not just Europe.
It's now
CONCACAF,
pretty
it's
much
Asia,
everybody.
And I gotta say, bravo.
So this guy, I'm telling you now, he's finished. He's got this big. This is like today. They've got this big meeting in Morocco. He's trying to save himself. He's offered Morocco to host the next World Cup final if they back him.
Morocco can't host it.
So
Give me a break.
look,
Is
they're
that why they were
they're
making
one
room
of
the last
they're
couple
one of
weeks?
the hosts of the next World Cup. It's Spain, Portugal, Morocco are the hosts of the 2030 World Cup. He's saying he'll let them host the final match if they support him.
Oh.
Like there's so much.
I didn't know that.
There's so much scandal. And listen, it's FIFA, so what do you expect? This guy, Johnny Infantino, he's finished. He's got no shot.
You know, the whole money in the corporate, it's so tainted. It's just awful. It really, really is.
But that's what I thought.
And this isn't anything new. I know even the Italian leagues have had horrible history with, money and all that other stuff and all the stuff that goes on behind the scenes. And, I know down in South America, the leagues too are, it's all shady stuff. But when it gets to the international level here and it affects your favorite countries, your players, and it's just, but I'm so glad that these leagues stood up.
Louis Figo, who is the UEFA football advisor, of course, that runs all of the European football teams. He said, quote, "It's too late to save his dignity, but it's not too late to save football. He should go now." They are going to get this guy out. He's finished, this Johnny Infantino. So good luck. This other guy, quote, "I don't think it'll be enough to save him as he's going to be out." And that's what you get. You want to know why? Because he was a greedy pig, and he decided, I'm going to try to sell shares of the World Cup.
He's greedy, yes, but let's be honest. He was kind of, there's people behind him pushing him to do this.
Sure. There's a lot of that, but this guy, and we're being a little unfair to him. The guy before him was a crook too, Sepp Blatter. So everyone who gets in that FIFA chair, there's so much money involved that they're all corrupt. Yep. So it is what it is. It's too bad because the event itself is so great, but then you deal with nonsense like this, and you wonder turn so many people off.
Exactly.
After the fact. All right. Before we go, we only got a couple minutes left. Have you been keeping yourself abreast with the Giants training camp in West Virginia at the Greenbrier? Have you been
the only couple
along?
things I just myself, like I said, I had a busy weekend myself, but saw that Scatterville got some positive,
yeah.
What you call it? Well, give me a second. I gotta get this.
Positive work.
Rotations,
Sure. He's getting work.
Odell looked pretty good too.
Everybody, that's the talk.
Yeah.
He looks great.
I said it to you last week.
He looks great.
What's the problem with having Odell Beckham back on the team if he can catch balls?
They've got him on the first team now.
Yep,
He's moving up in first team. He's getting the reps.
Bam.
It's like made it just in time. Hi, Chris. How are you? Chris is with us. Made it just in time. Well, you can always remember something, Chris, and this is everybody who watches.
I have been.
You can always go back and watch the whole show. You know, if you don't get it exactly live. You can always go back.
What I've been doing on X is when I'm scrolling down, I've seen I've been bookmarking everything because I have to go. I want to look at this stuff.
Oh, right.
See like the commentary. It's I know August done a couple interviews and stuff. So look,
yeah.
So far, very positive vibes. Now, did I read something that Dart maybe did something a little stupid?
Well, I think that most of the Giant beat guys who are obviously there every day in West Virginia have been watching this have said that the offense as a whole really hasn't looked particularly sharp yet. I think that would be the nice way for me to say what's happened at camp so far. For the offensive side of things, haven't been sharp, but they've praised Beckham. He's looked incredible. And you know what? Maybe if you can get one huge bounce back year off of him, like he's a little turn back the clock type of year out of him, like
healthy.
And he's healthy and Neighbors healthy, like this, it changes the Giant offense. It just makes them it's more for Dart to, be able to,
to
work with.
We can watch all these camps, all our teams, all our players and everything, man. It really, it totally gets you, for me personally, you have to remember those first snaps in that first game and those first defensive plays, those first times you get hit, those first times you get knocked out, those first patterns you have to run. The timing, everything else that has to happen. And it really does. Like I said, a few of the veterans obviously will have first 5-6 games out of the year. But like I said, a team like the Giants now kind of putting this together with a new coach, all this potential and everything else, and even a guy like Beckham getting back into the rhythm and all that stuff. Right. But man, that first lineup, the thing is when he goes over the middle and that first hit he takes and how he gets up, same thing with Neighbors.
Right.
That's what you got to really. All this stuff in camp right now. Oh, that looks lovely with the super goofball helmets and everything.
Well, the goofball, that's the concussion stuff. Those guys, I don't mind those guys wearing the helmets.
No, I get it. I'm saying,
I know.
But it's all.
Well, this
you're
was
not getting crushed yet over the line.
This was yesterday, and Connor Hughes, who covers the team for covers the Jets and the Giants for SNY, he said after yesterday's practice, it was another ant day for the offense. Dart 6 for 14 with a touchdown run and throw. He said, this is now quite the string of uninspiring practices from them. You'd like to see this snap soon. So the offense has been spotty so far as a whole. That's been, like you say, I don't know how much you could take into training camp. Like, obviously, it's your first camp.
The overanalyzation right now.
Sure, and this is another one. Like, I'm watching a television show right now where this has been the other flavor this week is Josh Allen's legacy if he never wins a Super Bowl. Like, Allen made a statement at camp this week, or maybe at the end of last week, early this week, of, we keep knocking on the door. Eventually, it's going to open. I believe I'm paraphrasing a little bit of what Allen said, and I think my response, I quote tweeted and I said, "You better hope so." You better hope so. You better hope it opens at some point, because as much as I love the guy. Mm-hmm. If he never makes it to that game, I mean, he'll always listen. Buffalo loves their people. He's
Kelly,
been so good.
Those boys got to.
Those guys got there and didn't win. You gotta at least get there.
Yeah.
You gotta get to one, and I hope he does, because he's the kind of guy, Paulie, that even if he wasn't on my team, I'd probably like him a lot. He's super like Josh Allen, and it's by a lot of people, and it's, usually it's, whether you're a Chief fan or a Raven, and my Mahomes and Lamar guys will bash Josh Allen because they don't think that he's as good as them and all these other things. But I hope Josh does get, even if I wasn't a Bill fan, and obviously I'm heavily invested in him getting there. You'd want to see a guy like him finally, like you said, the door open and you finally go through it. It would be very nice to see. But this is, like you say, last week, you're excited. Football's back. Everyone's at camp. Here we go. We're a week in, and we're already like, stories like this. Stories like guess what, guys? There's another month of this. Yep. Like, this is not going, tomorrow we'll talk. We're playing a game tomorrow night in Canton. It's a scrimmage. Like, there's hardly anyone you see in that game tomorrow night is actually going to play in a real game. That's what the Hall of Fame game is. And then the next week, everyone will play their first scrimmage. And then we have another month of stories like this. A month. And
really what everybody should just hope for is that nobody gets hurt. You want your
last day without football. Yeah. I guess that's true, Eddie. It is the last day without football.
You want to get your starting lineup for that first snap, game one.
And as far as over at Florham Park at Jet Camp,
how things
everyone
going?
Says Gino looks great. Gino looking outstanding. So,
did you hear the buzz about Mayfield and all that other stuff?
I did.
What's your thoughts on that? If that
I,
was something that the Jets could do or pull or
The
want?
people that I have talked to, people.
You have lots of friends.
Some of my friends that I've talked to have told me that this Tampa Bay Buccaneers season is going to be a disaster. That's what they have told me. There's a lot of unhappy people. Baker obviously wanted a new deal. Bowles is kind of lame duckish. He probably should have. People thought he might have got fired after last year. Mm-hmm. The owner's looking to. There's a lot of turn in house there. And I mean, here's what you love about Baker. And I've always been a Baker guy. I love that he just comes out and like the first media appearance of training camp, he's just like, yeah, they didn't offer me what I want. Like, he's just like, I don't know what you want me to tell you. I'm not talking about it anymore. This is it. I'm here to play. But yeah, their deal was awful. What they offered me was not good. Like, some people are not refreshing and honest with it. And Baker just doesn't give an F. Yeah. Like, he's one of those guys. And that's why I like him so much. Here's the thing though. And it's kind of links back to what I said to you last week. Making a move like that goes against what I believe their grand scheme plans are. You know, you're trading for you get a guy like that, you're looking to win this year. I don't believe that they're looking to win.
Yeah.
I really. And you know, as we're gonna get closer in August, Paulie, I'm gonna try. We'll get some
and
Jet
just
guys
remind
on
me
so
that he's in the last year of a contract, and if even the Jets
I
got
actually
him,
think he
would be a free agent at the end of the season, or no?
The good thing is I can quickly get this for you. Give me one moment here. This is the final year of his 3-year, $100 million deal with the Buccaneers. He'll earn $40 million in 2026. He is a free agent at the end of this season. So, but like I said, I think he's a good player, and I don't believe that fits in with what they're trying to do. I think they're trying to lose. Now,
the only thing it would help is maybe bring more people into the seats or something.
Now, I wouldn't put it past, like, depending on how the next 2 months go, him, you know, somebody gets injured, somebody gets whatever, him being traded somewhere before the end of October, not impossible. But depending on, let's say the Bucs start 1-4, you know, and let's just say things aren't going well, and there's a team that loses a quarterback, or, you know, yeah, I think that there's a good chance, you know, he could get traded. It's possible, but to the Jets, nah, I don't think that fits what their business model is this year. I still generally believe that their business model is losing. That's what their motto is going to be this year. As much as obviously they can't say that. That I believe is what they're going to do. And you know what? In the next couple of weeks as we're leading into the start of the season, I'll have to get somebody Jets on. We'll have to talk some Jets with somebody and find out what is the feeling there.
Yeah, I think we should. We'll do it. We'll go through every division and.
Well, we have to start doing that, and I know Eddie's a big guy with this. It's August is football preview time. Yeah, it's time. Need to start locking in next week. Maybe we'll do a couple divisions, a little college also. We start zeroing in on the start of the season, which for college is 3 weeks from Saturday, as we keep mentioning. I know I keep bringing it up because I'm very excited about it. You didn't like when he planted the flag at the shoe. I thought that was awesome, Eddie. I'm sorry. I know you're an Ohio State guy. When Baker came when Oklahoma beat him and he stuck the flag in the middle of the O.
It was out of order.
That was
out of order.
It's Baker, man. No, I mean, that's what's so great about him.
It's disrespectful. Wasn't right.
I like Baker.
Childish.
He's the kind of guy.
He's childish.
If he's on your team, you love him. If he's not,
I'm sure they wouldn't like anybody to do that on their home field.
No, I don't know.
Do unto others as they would have done.
I saw you on Twitter. I saw you on Twitter. Wish Ilya Sorokin a happy birthday the other day. I saw you do that on Twitter.
Yeah, and you also said that I said, hurry up. He's 31, man. Your franchise, because Stefan had mentioned that, right? Yeah. And I thought that was more like an emphasis. The franchise goaltender is now 31 years old.
Well, I mean,
guys,
every year you gain another number. That's just unfortunately the way the world works.
Better hurry up. Those joints start getting a little creaky. Blocker saves and glove saves and stretching. And
I was talking to some people the other day. I think they're going to have a bad year. I really do.
Man,
now,
don't say that.
I also hear some people with a lot of optimism thinking people thought the first Trotz year was going to be bad, and look at how good he was, and he turned that group around, and that this roster is better, and DeBoer could do that. Okay,
I keep forgetting you have Pete DeBoer.
Pete DeBoer's the coach, buddy.
Hysterical.
So
that's right.
Big Pete. I just don't think the team is. I don't think the roster's that cool. I don't know. I'm not there. I need to see it. And I hope it does happen. Of course, I'd love to see
I would love
a great year of Islander hockey. It'd be awesome. I mean, they have one of the, you can already say it. I don't care how young he is. They have one of the best players in the league.
Yes.
It's that simple.
Will you be able to afford him?
Oh, they'll be able to afford it. You don't got to worry about that, dude.
Yeah. Well, will people who live on one of the most expensive places there is to live be able to afford that kid's salary? It's a little different, maybe. Did you hear that for the first time, I believe, in their franchise history, that the Carolina Hurricanes sold out all their season tickets?
Good for them.
And
now nice people are going to go.
Waiting list.
Good. That's what should happen when you win the Stanley Cup. I mean, they've been good for the last 10 years. I mean, they finally won. I'm glad everybody decided to finally
I don't know if I can find this here, but
did Harbaugh really say this? Is this? Oh, this is. I'm sorry, Harbaugh didn't say this. An NFL GM said on Jackson Dart, "quote Don't know if this guy is going to last." I mean,
who's going to last?
Right, Jackson Dart, some anonymous GM said, "I don't know if this guy's going to last because he runs around so much, he gets hit." Let me just tell you something. They said the same thing about Josh Allen. He hasn't missed a game in years. Knock on wood.
He's going to be fine.
He's going to be fine. All right, before we go, who you got?
I wanted to try and find
Yankees win the series tonight against the Cardinals?
Yes.
You got Will Warren against Andre Palant tonight at the stadium.
Yes.
Yankees win the series?
Yes.
Another homer for Lombard?
I'm not going to get that cocky about it.
You don't want to go that far? You don't want to say that? Okay. What do you got there? A little seating chart? What is that?
So yesterday, I was just kind of looking at
Ranger tickets?
Hang on a second. So that would be all right.
I don't know if this guy's going to last. That's pretty funny.
So I think the quarter plan. I was just looking at the Ranger. The Rangers released their
looking for seats.
Their package plans and stuff.
I thought that there was a years-long waiting list to be a Ranger season ticket holder.
No,
not anymore.
What they released is their plans, the partial plans, full season plans, quarterly plans, and all that other stuff. So it's like 11 games.
Do you remember back in the day there used to be like a years-long waiting list to be a Ranger season ticket holder? So they've priced everyone out, is what you're saying.
But I'm just looking at the numbers, and I just don't even know how people afford it.
Yeah, Chris, I saw that. I wasn't a fan of that. I mean, did you see Justin Herbert and his fiance like cuddling on the sidelines?
Did you see some Jericho or something, right?
Is that true?
Wait, what? Which quarterback?
You got Justin Herbert, right?
Yeah. She's from Jericho. Yeah. I heard some talk radio stuff that they should try and get him. Jets should get him.
Why would you imagine wanting to leave Southern California to come play for the Jets? Get serious. Yeah, Chris, I'm not a fan of that. They keep that on the. They shouldn't even be outside.
Wait, what's wrong? He was cuddling
on the field.
Oh, on the field. I'd let it go. Come on, that's where he works. You never stopped in at your wife's office and given her a hug, something?
I mean, what are we doing? I mean, what's going on?
They're in love.
All right. Now, I guess the question would be like, is this a real? This looks like a family event.
That was game
Let me just
one.
tell you something.
Exactly.
Here's where people get out of control. And Chris, I don't blame you. I blame people in general. This looks like, from the video, some kind of family event. Like there's kids. It must be something where the players were able to bring their families to the field. I don't think this is like a real practice. This is like some kind of family day.
Now, if that was game one at home,
sure, if halftime and your dad and he's stroking his hair, yeah, I'd have a problem with that too. But I think that some of this stuff gets, and what is it? Because we're still got a month to go. We're looking for anything we can finally have to talk about is what it really comes down to. All right, speaking of that, Paulie, we do got to go.
All right.
I know it's 1:30 already.
Crazy.
We got to go. We're back tomorrow.
Guys in chats.
We got a lot to do tomorrow. We will be back here. Carver and Cuthbert, Go Sports Radio. We'll do. We got the Hall of Fame game tomorrow night. Carolina and Arizona.
Should we do a whole hour?
We'll give you the stone cold lead pipe lock for the game tomorrow.
Hopefully, we have a Yankee win and some
I'm
runs.
just kidding. I don't bet on preseason football. But we will talk about all of that. Very busy show tomorrow here down at Borrelli's Taproom in Long Beach on the island. Carver and Cuthbert, Go Sports Radio. We'll see you tomorrow.